Hello YouTube, Citron1515 here with my first official movie review for the new year. And for this year I'm going to be reviewing M3GAN, or some call it M3GAN. It's insane, right? Yeah, so again, this is another late review. I think I'm starting to do more of these late reviews. This one's late by 2 weeks, but hey, better late than never. So anyway, I've actually seen this movie twice. And as many of you know, January is the month that a lot of people consider Hollywood's dumping ground. Basically, the junkyard of Hollywood. Because it's where they take the movies that they don't really care about or they don't think anyone else is going to care about, and they just put them out there just to put them out there. You know, there's no really hope for these movies. However, every so often a movie will come along in January that will gain attention or get a good review. I think the last one, for me at least, was 2020's Underwater with Kristen Stewart and TJ Miller. And this year it is M3GAN or M3GAN. Of course, with this movie, a young girl named Katie, played by, trying to remember her name, Violet McGraw. Her parents are killed in a horrible accident. She miraculously survives, but now orphaned, she is sent to live with her aunt Gemma. And Gemma, as it turns out, is a roboticist. You know, she works with advanced technology and robots, and she happens to work for a toy company, an advanced toy company. And then she has her boss, David, played by Ronnie Chen, who's constantly breathing down her neck. So, under this pressure and with this new, now with the new stress of trying to raise, her orphan niece, Gemma creates this advanced AI intelligent doll called M3GAN or M3GAN. It stands for Model 3 Generative Android, M3GAN for short. So anyway, basically this is nothing we haven't seen before, girl gets this doll, and at first, the doll turns out to be a real blessing. Katie really takes to M3GAN, and Katie and M3GAN really bond, and Gemma is happy about this. However, as the relationship goes on, M3GAN starts to evolve, because that's what Katie designed her to do, and she soon starts to take on a life of her own. And then she'll do anything, to protect Katie, even if it means murder and violence. So, this movie was directed by James Wan. No, was it? It was directed by, sorry about that. It was directed by Gerald Johnstone, if that's his name. It's written and produced by James Wan, as well as Jason Blum, who also did the Saw films. Now, when I look at this movie, when I first saw this, I thought a female version of Child's Play. And that's pretty much what this was. It's the Child's Play films, except, it's more of a female version for it. And this one closely resembles the 2019 remake of Child's Play, which I thought was complete shit. I mean, when it comes to Chucky is serial killer Charles Lee Ray, who, in a desperate attempt to cheat death, transfers his soul into a doll. Chucky is not some fucking AI gone haywire. This movie is what the 2019 Child's Play movie should have been, because it takes that formula and it does it a lot better here. Again, I love the performances. Allison Williams shines as Gemma. Violet McGraw shines as Katie. However, the real star is the doll, M3GAN. And M3GAN is played by two actresses. For like the physical motion capture, she's played by Amy Donald. And Amy Donald did a phenomenal job. I mean, just her movement, her posture, and how she kind of, portrays that eerie creepiness, as the doll just kind of freaked me out. And then there's M3GAN's voice, which is by Jenna Davis. And Jenna Davis, again, I mean, she did great. She had that nice, she can be really heartwarming and really intelligent, but yet in a whimper of a second she can turn creepy and menacing. Jenna Davis did a great job displaying both those things. So and overall it was a good story. Nothing new. We've seen it before in several films. But this one, I thought this one did a really good job of building up to the creepy atmosphere. I love how they didn't jump right into the tension. I love how they kind of eased up to the tension. Oh God, and then oh, the dancing scene. Okay, that dancing scene, superb. Loved it. They could have played out a little bit longer. Now here's my one issue. This movie should have been rated R. When I watched the making of, behind the scenes, and when I saw this movie in theaters, I'm thinking R. This should be rated R. I heard it was originally supposed to be R, but they turned it down to PG-13, and they toned down the violence to get a more audience in, and I understand that. However, I think this would have been a lot better if it had been rated R. Okay, and if they hadn't cut out all the gory blood and guts, because this movie could really benefit from that. Now, I heard that there's a director's cut or there's a unrated version of this movie. I can't wait for that to come out, as well as I can't wait for the sequel to come out. This was my first movie I saw in the theaters in 2023, and I loved it. I wouldn't mind seeing this movie again in theaters. I can't wait for it to come out on Blu-ray, and I cannot wait for the sequel. So M3GAN is worth seeing. All right, talk to you later. Bye-bye.